Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day locking in some profits here and there. And I'll tell you what, that ETF 500 is cruising right along right there. I'll check out the chart on the deck screener because that's how you have to look at it. I'll have to pull it up on my phone. It doesn't seem to like to come up on the computer. So I'll pull that thing up and we'll go over it later. And we'll go over everything else and see what's going to be popping tomorrow, like usual. So let's get rocking and rolling. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And here we go. That market actually closed not bad, considering it was pretty red this morning. Microsoft was a little up, Nvidia was a little up, Google was a little down. We didn't think it was going to cross through. We'll look at it. Meta was up. I told you Zuck's got something crazy going on. Amazon was a little up, Tesla was a little down, and Apple was actually just a hair down. So we'll take a look at everything and see what's going on. Let's check out our list tonight, see what's happening. We'll blast through this real quick on a Thursday evening, and then we'll get cruising through. We'll look at crypto and everything else. So we'll see what's going on for tomorrow. And all kinds of crazy crypto news today with Trump signing all kinds of executive orders and all kinds of good stuff. So expect crypto to get cruising as we did. Remember, a few months ago, I told you guys, make sure you're involved in this stuff because it's going to get crazy, and it's getting crazy. I'm looking at some of these meme coins are running like 46,000% overnight. It's insane right now. All you got to do is throw like $1,000 on that and you're set for life, basically. Not set for life, but you're in pretty damn good shape. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, it's wild what's going on. So just check out your best opportunities and go for it because it's just firing up right here. And we said it was going to. I mean, it's exactly like we've been saying. I think we called the whole last 5 months perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, it's just gonna set up. We're gonna run it. And like I said, it's going to get up to that top and have a pullback there, and we're going to be prepared. We may even try to like just chill out like a week or two before we even think it may bottom out. It may run up in that top, and you have to scalp them real quick and not get in and out, and just get in and out real fast because once it'll start pulling back, it'll be a good pullback, and you want to have a lot of cash on hand and wait for that bottom because then it'll be beauties, and you'll run them up. You can put it right down too. We'll put them right down so that we make money on the way down, and then when they bottom out, we'll make money on the way up. So let's get rocking and rolling and see what's going to be popping for tomorrow. GCTK not really doing what we thought it was going to do the next day. It kind of pulled back a penny today. And still not looking terrible. I'm not going to lie. We know that they pop out of the basement there, run up, and like to pull back and set up. It does look like it wants to do it. So it doesn't look terrible. It's still over the MACD. Not looking bad to me. And again, it did run up. And like I tell you, you have to sell them pops like pretty quick because they do. They run up. And then you just never know if they're going to keep that momentum the next day. A lot of times they look like they want to. This did, and it didn't. It came back the next 2 days, and it probably will pop back up. But again, you can play that pullback and then catch it on the way up and not have your money tied up while you're waiting for it. So that's GCTK. So we'll take a look at that. And good old B hat. I know it was down a little bit today, at least. Again, it ran up actually and then pulled back, and it's just getting set up here, guys. So just keep an eye on it. Like I said, just watch for these dips around here. And it went from what, 6 to 7 and back to 5, and it's just curling up really, really nice. It's getting to be in the right spot. I'll actually really take a look at it tomorrow. You're going to want to really look at that bad boy because it's getting set up BHAT. And I mean, they have to. They had 3 offerings in a week. There's no way you can reverse split or do anything. That would probably have to raise some alarms and red flags right there because that would be insane if they did anything else after they just had 3 offerings in a week. So I would have to imagine it's getting set up. I did see people saying about a reverse split or something. I don't see anything down here. I don't. It's not mean. That doesn't mean I don't. I'm not saying it because I just don't really look at the news, so I have no idea. So if anybody knows, I just saw the rumor. I think it's getting set up, guys, to get cruising. So I'm keeping an eye on B hat right there. Looks good to me. I'll tell you that. I like them nice dip and rip situations. And the CYN just pulled back a little bit more here, and that's another one that's just right there. Had that little pullback, and we'll have to see if it wants to pull back anymore. But I'm telling you, it was trying to meet up with that 20, and it was looking really good. Keep an eye on this thing. It looks like it wants to try to do something down here. So just watch this thing in the morning, and if it can get cruising, if not, we're going to be watching it next week because them lines are meeting up. If not, they're just going to kind of pass each other and it'll stay down here. But it almost looks like it wants to roll. So we will keep an eye on the CYN and see if it does want to get cruising there. And SYRS, let's take a look at that one. SYRS. And this one's just kind of flat down here a little bit, but just setting up. Like I said, it took a while last time for it to set up. So we'll look at it next week as well and see when it wants to get ready. That's that one that had that insider buy-in before, and we ran it up, and it fell all the way down into like the 10, 20 cent area. And we're going to run it back up again. And that TRNR, that interactive strength, was looking good. Now it's touching that bottom. Almost wanted it to pull back today a little bit down to that bottom and see if it can bounce off. Sometimes once they're not set up like that, it's almost better that they pull back and hit a bottom so that they can just hit that and like a trampoline just pop right back off it. So we'll see tomorrow if this one can get bouncing. We don't want it to cross through and come down into the basement because that won't be a good look for it. And that is that TRNR, interactive strength, and DEVS. Let's see, DevStream. And this one was running up a little bit. We said it was looking good. It did go up like a penny or so, but it was running around a little bit today. DEVS, it went 58 to 63, and it's at 62 and still looking good. So that's one that we liked and was starting to set up right there. And it does look like it's going to stay set up. So keep an eye on that DEVS right there because it looks pretty good. And RIME, let's look at that rhyme. That's another one of these penny ones down here. And this one was getting set up. And let's see what it did. I know I looked at it today. RIME. And it did go 3 to 4, back to 3. That's where it's at. And again, another one that's just setting up. That B hat and rhyme. They should get cruising. If they don't, obviously tomorrow's Friday, but next week they could really look real good. So keep your eye on that one as well. RIME, because that one's getting set up off the bottom right there. It's looking good. And let's take a look at Sensei, SNSE. It pulled back a hair today, came back and touched that 20. We'll have to see if it wants to kind of bounce back up or if it wants to keep cruising. It did kind of bounce down pretty good. It came down to 49 cents. It's at 50 right now, and it is below the 20 and the 50, so it may come back down, and that top could have been the other day at that 57 cents. And again, some of these won't run all 100%, so you just got to run them up, take your profits, and move on to the next one sometimes. And you just never know. Sometimes they look like they have great momentum. Yesterday that thing looked like it wanted to bounce. I just keep popping up there. Today it pulled back. Maybe it's a little healthy pullback. We'll look at it tomorrow on a Friday and see if Sensei wants to do something. But that's SNSE. It did run up there, and then it had that pullback. This KULR actually pulled back, and I was surprised because it looked really good yesterday with that momentum, and it will get set up. It just had a little bit of pullback here. KULR, that's what I was saying. Watch for any dips. It had the momentum going, and its low was 203 the other day, and I don't think it's coming back that low. It's at 245 right now. It opened at 254, went to 260, and it's now at 245. And like I said, it's just kind of setting up down here, so you always have to watch for them dips. And obviously that low's 203, so you want to look for it anywhere's down there. And it probably won't get that low, but it will. We'll take a look and see if it wants to pull back anywhere near there. So that's that KULR, and it is getting set up. And the Viking VKTX, it was up like 90 cents or something today, 89 cents at least. VKTX, Let's see, it went 34.20 to 35.77. Its low is 32.52. I didn't even see it dip down like that, so I missed that. And it closed at 35.23, and it looks really good. So there you go with the Viking. And remember, I told you I got some options on this. It looked great to pop out and try to curl through. All it has to do is get through this 35. Let it get to 36 tomorrow, and it's going to get cruising right there. So keep an eye on that VKTX because it is looking good. And hopefully it don't hit that line and bounce down. Even if it does, it'll stay set up. But I think it's got some momentum to try to move. So that's what that VKTX looks like. And Genius Group is GNS down 3 cents, and this one's getting set up, guys. So one for next week to keep an eye on. Let me just mark that to keep an eye on this bad boy because that's one that's going to get set up for next week and be good. And honestly, keep an eye on GNS tomorrow. I was Laptop Travel saying he likes it. Yeah, keep an eye on that one for tomorrow because it does look pretty good and it's right in that spot. It could bounce. If not, it'll get set up for next week. But like I said, just a heads up, keep an eye on it. Look at it first thing in the morning. You wee bowlers, Laptop Travel and crew, just keep an eye on that because it could get cruising right there the way it looks. And that way you already know what to look at. So just watch that one. ELAB right here. Let's look at ELAB. Just pull back a little more down to that bottom. And I'm surprised this one didn't already bounce off there. Let's see if it wants to bounce off right here. And it did go, what, 202 to 207, and it's at 195. So we'll have to see if it wants to bounce off this bottom or if it's going to try to set up down here and like run around. So we'll look at that ELAB. We've been checking it out, so we'll see what that one wants to do. And I'll tell you, these penny ones are tough. This ACON, everybody's all hopped up on. We've been watching it for a few days, probably since it pulled back there. And it is going to start getting set up here. It looks much better today. I think we said it was going to start setting up yesterday, as a matter of fact. And it is looking better, 4 to 5, and it's at that 5 cents. So keep an eye on this ACON because that one looks pretty good to try to set up right there. So I would keep an eye on that one. And SOUN is that Soundhound. SOUN. Soundhound AI, and this thing's going to get popping, guys. So keep an eye on this. This one's curling up. It was up a little bit today. I did notice it was like kind of bouncing around 1605 to 1709, and then it came down into the 15s and it closed at 1632. So it was bouncing all around there as it gets set up, but it does look really good. Laptop Travel likes that one as well. And another one to keep your eye on, SOUN. And again, there's just so many great opportunities here. It's just insane. Just pick the ones that work for you that you like. Plenty of different price ranges from the big caps all the way down the penny ones. And again, penny ones, I'm just letting these guys know if you're getting in the penny ones, make sure you're prepared to get up at 4 a.m. and you're trading them on Webull. If not, you might not want to trade the penny ones because you might not be able to maximize them profits when they shoot up at 4 a.m. like they do. You've been getting kind of lucky, and now that Trump's in, you might get a little lucky, but not always. They just run up real early, and you might not have the opportunity to lock in them real profits there. So that's why I really don't trade the penny stocks anymore unless it looks so beautiful like that XTIA that a couple weeks ago, and it ran about 300%. And just knowing it was the aerospace defense, and again, you just have that look where you're like, all right, this one's going to run, and I honestly didn't think it was going to run that high, and I was perfectly fine with it just running up in the market and locking in profits because everything else was just kind of teetering around there, and it was an easy one to pick out. So I tend not to trade them very often anymore. I have to really like it and know it's going to basically be trying to run around in the regular hours, or at least at 7 a.m. when I hop on for pre-market, or at least 7:30ish, and when I'm done, so I can trade it. And so yeah, it's a different market. I've explained it a lot. So if you're getting in the penny stocks and stuff, you really have to have to be paying attention to them. They move fast and clearly look at B Hat with three. I mean, you're talking three offerings in less than 7 days. It was in 1 week they did three offerings. I've been doing looking at charts for over 20 years. I don't remember ever seeing something like that before. That's pretty absurd. So usually I don't even see an offering like within the same like week or two. Sometimes you see that, and that's like crazy. Three in a week is like nuts. So, like I keep saying, they better have something crazy going on because you just don't do things like that. It seems odd. So, just know the market and the conditions that you're going to trade in and trade that the trades that are going to work for you and the stocks that work for you best. And clearly, I try to go with options now because it seems to work well for me now. And I just had to kind of pivot. And I do crypto obviously too because that's just always crazy. And I love crypto. Like I said, I trade crypto often, and I kind of prefer trading crypto over stocks. I think most people that trade crypto do. It seems much easier once you get into it. It is. It's simple. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's just wild sometimes. So anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up, but yeah, we have like an ultimate watch list, and of course, you do not want to even try to trade a lot of them. Don't even try it. You don't want to, and don't try it because I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. Even like two or three is too many. Just focus on that one, trade it smart, lock in the profits, and then focus on the next one. You can be looking at other ones, but focus your trade on one. You know what I mean? And don't get too crazy. Maybe two, but don't get wild and start juggling three, four, five because then it gets crazy, especially the penny ones. I mean, if you're going to do like two or three options, I get it. But again, I just been loading up on one or two and calling it a day and not really over trading. I found that to be much more profitable and easier to not over trade and focus on the ones that I really like and just, load up on it. Why split it up and put it in two when I really like one? Just put it in the one. And yeah, it's a little risky, but it is the whole thing's a risk, right? It's investing. So that's the way I look at it. And again, you're not trading with money that you can afford to lose, so I'm not really worried about it that much, and I'm not really trading with that much money as compared to when I did penny stocks, and I would trade with a lot of money. So the options, I mean, yeah, there's a couple $1,000 options with like MicroStrategy and Tesla. But other than that, I mean, they're basically under a grand for the most part. And yeah, so I mean that's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but in penny stocks you could be trading with like $8,000 to $10,000 if you really want to make a lot of money on them and they're going to be popping, you're going to put a bunch of money on it. And that's just what people that in the market do when they're confident in things. So just giving you guys a heads up and how to look at things and be prepared for the different stocks. But yeah, ultimate list here. I mean, there's just so many. WTO, I saw this pulling back. These Chinese ones are getting set up, guys. So next week they'll probably be popping off like crazy because you know how that goes. We've already got a taste of that one time, and you're about to get a taste of it again. This one opened 33, came down to 27. It's closed at 29, and it just popped around that channel, took a big old dip, almost looks like that dip and rip look. So keep an eye on this WTO because it is looking pretty good. And again, probably a next weeker, and these Chinese small caps will probably be a next weeker right there. So we'll definitely be. I'll make a nice list of them for next week over the weekend. EJH, let's take a look at this thing. It's just kind of not really even pulling back. It's just kind of bottoming out, it looks like. So we'll take a look at this as well. And I always look at this with that WTO. This one went 60 to 63 down to 57. It closed at 60. So it opened and closed at the same price. And it doesn't look bad. So like I said, we're going to keep our eye on a lot of these little small cap China ones. They just seem to be setting up. And we know once they set up, them things start flying off like crazy. They're easy. This WISA's getting set up too. This WISA, it's a semiconductor company. I know we looked at it yesterday. We looked at it before as it was pulling back, and then we stopped. But yeah, it's bottoming out. Yesterday 132 and today 133. It's getting set up here, so it's not ready yet, but it will be a good one really, really soon. This WISA, another one for next week. And STAI is Scantech AI, and this one's curled up, going up, and it went up yesterday. Let me see. I remember we went over it, and the chart was still looking good today. Yesterday it went 147 to 281. Today 219 to 223. It did come back down into the 170s. Is at 187, and it looks like some little bit of healthy pullback, if you had to ask me. So I'll take a look at it, and it is a shell company. And again, these things can run like way up there, then come into the basement, then run way back up. So I'll take a look and see if it really wants to bounce up there, that STAI. And I'll let you guys know because that could be a really good opportunity. And this Ginkgo Bioworks is DNA. And remember, I said it looked good last night, and we haven't looked at it in a long time. We used to look at it for a while, and it ran 1269 to 1330, and it's at 1310 and still looking good, that DNA. So keep an eye on that. Does look like it has some momentum running in it. So I would keep an eye on that in the morning. And I see UTR, that thing was setting up. I no, I looked at it. I don't remember what it was doing. It was down 2 cents actually. I don't even remember. I know I looked at all these, but I don't remember this one. Whatever. CUTR. Let's look at it now. I'll remember it. Did pull back there. Did run up yesterday. I know that, and I thought it would maybe try to get over. Remember, I do know it has to get over right here at like 50 cents. It pulled back to like 43, and it's getting to be at that 20 at 42 cents. So we'll see if it's just in a little channel right here, and then it wants to bounce back up. It doesn't look terrible, so we'll have to make sure it wants to stay right there, and then that will get set up. That's that medical device company. CUTR. So we'll look at that one, just see what they're up to, and if it wants to get bouncing right there. TANH, let's see. Up TANH. Here we go at Tantech Holdings. This is another one of them China ones that's getting set up, guys. I'm telling you, these things are getting set up. You know, when they get set up, these things rock and roll. 16 to 17 down to 15, closed at 17, and it is absolutely setting up right there. TANH, and you notice U is setting up. Isn't this the one that Roaring Kitty might be alluding to or something? Unity software. It was up a little bit. It was running around. It's curling up. We have to see. It looks like it wants to curl through tomorrow. And so yeah, 2315 up to 2380. It came down to the 22s, and now it's at 2305. And like I said, oh, it actually did cross through. It could pull itself down, but I don't think it will. It looks like it's going to cross through and go up, guys. So keep an eye on that Unity. I was watching it today, and it didn't fully cross through the MACD, and Laptop Travel's agreeing, but he probably noticed it didn't get through most of the day. It was just sitting right there. It was jumping around, coming back, going up, coming back, and now that the market's closed, it is peaked through right there. It's in one of them spots where it could pull itself back. I say that, but it doesn't look like it wants to. It should continue to go up there for Unity software use. So we'll look at that one in the morning and see what it wants to do with the AMC and GameStop guys. So we'll look at that, and let's look at our PET and see what that's up to because it pulled back a hair. But I'm telling you what, this thing's getting to be in a really interesting spot. I was looking at it, wondering if it would just jump up a little tiny bit today, and it did a little. Well, it opened at 27. That was a tie. It came down to 25, but it was up there like at 27, and Ken could have just easily went up, but it still looks like it wants to roll off this MACD. So it's like right there to get set up. I would look at this thing tomorrow as well. PET, and see if that one's getting set up to or wants to run tomorrow because it very well could. It has that look. It's right there. That 20 and 50 are meeting up. Has that crazy look like it wants to do something. So I'll look at that tomorrow. If I had to guess, it's rolling off the MACD and going up is what it looks like. HOLO, HOLO. This thing's going to get set up. It was down a little bit. And like I said, just let it get set up. I'll let you know. It's going to be in next week. HOLO is going to be popping out of its mind. It's got that look. If you want to see a crazy look, check it out because it just you can just see it's going to come and pop off of there and get cruising. So it'll probably have a day or two. We'll let it set up tomorrow. We'll look at it. And then Monday, Sunday night, Monday, we'll take a quick peek at it. And right around there, it might be getting set up by like Tuesday, Wednesday, I would have to guess. And another small cap China one that can easily get popping. We already know that. We follow this thing enough times that we can figure out when this thing's going to pop up. That's for sure. So that is Holo, HOLO, and APP is that app loving. And this thing looked good last night, and it was cruising up today. It went up like 80 cents. It was up a little bit more than that. 357 to 367. So yeah, it was up over a dollar. It came down to 352. I didn't even know that. And then it went up. That was a great opportunity. I didn't even see it come down to 352. Wow. That would if I would have saw that, I would have probably jumped right into that thing just knowing because it closed at 362. I mean, it's $10 right there. Boom in the blink of an eye, and it looks good. You knew it was going to keep going up. So look for them dips sometimes. I didn't even notice it. No big deal. I'm not the end of the world. I'm just saying that's things that you want to look for because if you know that thing's going to continue up and they take that nice little $10 dip like that, that's easy money right there. So that's app love and APP, and we were talking about that last night. So yeah, that'll continue its momentum right there. And this CLEU was looking really good as well. It was up almost like a dollar. Maybe it was up a dollar. Let me see. But remember, I said it was going to run up in the top, and it certainly did. Yeah, 601 to 699, and closed at 693. It should continue to run up tomorrow, guys. Another one of them small cap. Well, not exactly a small cap China. It's at 680. It recently split, so it's been a small cap for a long time, like pennies, education and training. I've told you I've traded this for a while. But yeah, it looks really, really good. And it could get cruising up there, like really run tomorrow morning. So definitely keep an eye on that thing for tomorrow because I would say that thing has a good momentum play. That might be a really good one for tomorrow morning as a momentum play. CLEU. So yeah, keep your eye on that one for sure. And let's take a look at TRUG. Good old True Golf is setting up. It was up in the after hours. I know he looked at it yesterday and it had that dip and rip look. And I looked at it today and it did have that look like it was hitting that bottom and trying to curl up, but it ran up in the after hours, 50 to 69. It's at 59 right now. This one was at 60, but yeah, it definitely ran up in them after hours. I saw it right there, and people were posting about it. But yeah, it looks really good, and you're probably still, it's just in that channel. So once it gets back up over to 62, like a solid over that thing, it's going to get popping, guys. I think they just had some kind of thing they announced. Hold on. Yeah, they announced a portable launch monitor, launch box. It's really cool. It's available in Canada. Someone posted the article. That's the only reason why I saw it, but check it out. It's really cool. I just see it definitely popped in. They posted it at 4:01. So yeah, I saw it popping in the after hours. Right when the market ended, it popped. It was crazy. I didn't look at the news clearly, and I didn't know when that thing came out. I thought it just came out today during the daytime. I had no idea. But yeah, they it says 4:01 on here. And so yeah, they popped it up right after the market closed, and it literally I saw. I was like, "Whoa, that thing just went nutty!" And so yeah, that popped up. And look at it tomorrow, guys. That's going to be a good one for a momentum play. Good old True Golf. I've seen a ton of people posting about it, and we were way early because we've posted about it back here at like 40 cent range. So even probably in the 30s. Um, so we were way early. We've run it up over 100%, I think, twice on TRUG, and it's going to run again. But like I said, it did gap up, but you should have a momentum play right there. So just keep an eye on it. See if you can get that momentum play for it. It should look pretty good for it because, like I said, had some huge news there right after the market closed. So VNCE was running up. Remember, we were looking at Vince the other day. It was way down, and this is why you look at these things when they're way down here. because it did. It bounced right off that line. We weren't exactly staring at this thing, but it came up the other day, and boom, it just ran up from 438 to 557. It's at 390 right now. So it did pop up. Again, you got to lock them profits in. And this is like one of them small caps, 390. So you just, when it runs around, you just got to kind of lock them in wherever you can and be happy and move on to the next one. Because I couldn't tell you that it was going to stop at that like 557. I'll tell you. VNC. I don't think it ran any higher in the after hours. 378 to 557. Yeah, I didn't think it did. And it's at 377. Like, I couldn't have told you it was going to do that. There's no way. So it just runs up. You just got to kind of lock them in sometime. And really, that's these penny stocks. So if you're into them, that's what you're going to be that's what you're doing. That's the reality of it. That's what you got to face and just lock them in, take it, and don't shoot for the tops every single time because you'll drive yourself nuts and it'll be really, really tough. It'll seem like a lot of them that you sell, they'll go higher. The ones you hold will go down. Just if you stick to your game plan and sell them and you're making profit, your accounts will constantly go up. And if you veer off that game track and you hold them or whatever and they start going down, and that's when your account starts going back down. So stick to the game plan, lock in your profits, and you'll be doing well. SENS, one that ran up into the top, not a whole lot. I'm surprised it didn't run up a little bit more, to be honest. It only went like 95 to 102. I mean, it's still a couple cents, and it's at 98. I thought it would have went a little higher. Just be careful. It's way up there. But I honestly did think it would have popped up some more today. COEP did take a huge dip. We'll see if it can stay in the top tomorrow and bounce back up there because it doesn't look terrible, but it could pull back. It did run up to like 1394. I saw it run up there, opened at 1095, got up to 1394, which I would have to assume is going to be the top. And then it came down to 813. It's at 984. So just be careful with this. It could have topped out up there. And you got to get a real good bounce coming off. It didn't come out of the base or out of the basement, out of the top yet. So it could bounce back up, but I would be careful with it. What's it say? Coepis or whatever therapeutics leverages artificial intelligence and blockchain for next generation innovation. Yeah, that's pretty big, huh? But still ran up huge. That's your news that you're selling it on. So there you go. That's the big news, and you caught it early, so lock those profits in. It only had like 400,000 in volume as well. So COEP, just be careful. And if you were in it from the bottom, I would take some profits for sure. And this FDTC is not on it was on, I saw it on stock charts or something. Hold on, let me pull this up real fast and just look. I haven't pulled this up in a long time, be honest with you. What was I? FDTC. What is this one? FDCT. That was it. FDCT. And it had run up there. And again, this is like an OTC one, so it's tough. FDC Tech or whatever. And it did run up the other day pretty nice. It looks like it's at 8 cents. And yeah, I wouldn't be messing with it because it looks like it's way at the top there. So I wouldn't touch that guy right there. And that is at FDCT. I think yeah, FDCT it is. So there you go with that one. And OLB, let's get back here to these other guys. OLB here, OLB Group is, oh, that one's curling up really good. It was up 18 cents. And OLB, whoop, let me get out of that. OLB, here we go. Oh, that one ran up pretty nice. Actually, 186 to 232, and it came back to 186. What did it say? Yeah, it did run up during the market, and I'll have to look. It still looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not exactly sure with that run up, and it opened and closed at the same price. So I'd have to take a look at OLB in the morning just to be confident about that. But it did pop off that 20 and 50 right there. I don't remember if we looked at it yesterday, but it did look pretty good right there. I would imagine I would say it was going to try to run up there. AMIX, this one pulled back like 22 cents. And It was looking much better yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't look terrible today. It did 321, that's what it was opened at, and that was a tie. Came back to 285, it closed at 295, and again, doesn't look terrible. It's sitting right there. I bet you it gets set up and runs, and maybe it pulls back just a little bit and then tries to pop back up. So I'll keep an eye on that and see what it wants to do. And that workhorse, WKHS, this was looking pretty good the other day to come to that bottom, and it is. And so there we go. I thought we would be able to tell by now. I marked it the other day to look at it in like a day or so because I wanted to see if it was going to get into the basement or hit the bottom, remember, and bounce back up. It's just hitting the bottom now, so we'll have to look at it again tomorrow. I honestly didn't look at it today at all. I had a note marked on my other list, and I just noticed it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to look at that thing like today. And so yeah, that's I'm just looking at it now with you guys. And yeah, it's touching the bottom right now. I thought we'd have a better look if it actually went into the basement or if it was trying to bounce or do something. So we will definitely have to see if it wants to bounce or what it's going to do. Like I said, I thought we'd have a better look by now. I'll look at it tomorrow. And these quantum ones, RGTI, it was just running around. I think they are really trying to get set up. I'll have to look at all these guys first thing in the morning. I think they are going to try to get curled up and run right here, and especially with all this America stuff going on and, basically trying to get things running. So I think these guys are definitely setting up. You couldn't tell yesterday, and then all this news today, it looks like they are going to be cruising. And Scott just said that China unveils plans to channel hundreds of billions of yen, whatever. How do you even say that? The yen, whatever, from insurance funds into the stock market. So there you go. So we might get a whole lot of money busted into that now. And oh, I'm telling you, things are looking crazy, guys. You can just see it. You could see it months ago. We've been talking about it. We were just waiting for it to happen. And it's happening. It happened quick, and you knew it kind of was. But yeah, these computer hardware and quantum ones are looking really good, I think. I went through them today. Some of them had a little pullback, are still setting up, but I think they're going to be getting moving again. So we'll keep an eye on all of them. That QMCO just went through like three of them. I didn't even say anything. Sitting here talking about them. QMCO is actually just pulled back. It was down a little bit today, and that QBTS was down a hair. It was down like 22 cents, and that one's getting set up. And the one before that was QUBT, and this one actually looks like it's going to try to get curled up. So look at the QUBT. It looks like it's trying to curl up a little quicker there. And then QTUM is the Defiance Quantum ETF, and that one's hitting the line. And I was looking at it today, trying to tell if it wanted to get through. It's not through it yet, so I wish it would have gone through if I could tell. But it looks pretty solid to get through it. And even if it doesn't, it would come back into the 82s. It's in the 84s, nothing crazy. So I would have to say this quantum, the Defiance Quantum ETF, looks pretty solid right there. So that's a good look for the rest of them. IONQ. That one's down 69 cents. And again, it just curled up. It's right under the. I thought they were going to hit that line and really bounce off. This one hit the line and went flat, which means it really wants to go through it. And like I'm saying, I think they are going to set up and get running. That IONQ didn't go through today, but I would imagine it's going to get set up for next week. So we'll just keep an eye. And again, the news every day, you got to keep your ears on it because he's just doing something every day. And the minute he does something, these things are going to start popping. So it's going to be pretty quick. Things are going to, it's not going to be like the last 4 years. We just had the worst running that we've ever seen with the charts. Now it's going to be wild. See, I love this kind of stuff. This is fun. And again, with crypto, it's insane. Like I said, one of the meme coins, I'll have to look it up. The thing went like 46,000% in like 24 hours or 48 hours. I don't even know. It was insane. I was looking at it like damn, you put $1,000 in that, you're good. And that's crazy percent. You ain't seeing 46,000% in any stock at any point in 24 hours. I don't care what it's doing. And yeah, that's like life-changing money right there, guys. That's wild stuff. And these things are doing it like almost every day. Just look at the deck screener. It comes up with all the different meme coins, and it'll tell you. You can see them. I forget what it was that even popped up today, but each day there's a new one running. I mean, all you have to do is catch it, and again, you just got to find out what the trend is, what's popping, catch it, and we'll stay up on them. So we'll be watching all this stuff, and as I said before, we'll be up on all this stuff because it's a lot of fun, and there's a million opportunities, as I keep telling you. Just do the ones that you like. You can tell which ones I like. I like the options. I like the crypto ones, not so much the penny ones, not care about the mid ones so much. And that's just me now. And again, I've been doing it a while. I did penny stocks forever. And again, I had to pivot. I just couldn't get up at 4 a.m. to do them. I tried. It just didn't work for me, not with my brain injury. So anyway, let's get back to this list and knock it out. RENB. Was it Peninsula Life? I think said that they like this one. You like this one, Peninsula Life, and yeah, I would say I like it too. RENB. It was moving today, and it looks really good to crawl through and keep moving tomorrow. So I would absolutely look at RENB. That looks like it's going to keep some momentum right there. So you might want to keep an eye on that bad boy for sure. And NVNI, let's look at that one. I think we were looking at this before. That's at maybe we were, maybe not. NVNI, I don't really remember, but this one's getting set up, guys. I can tell you that right now. Let me take a look and see what it did. I was confusing it with a different one, I think, but yeah, it's definitely getting set up. 145 to 220. It closed at 194. It looks really good. It's going to hit some resistance right there, 264. It's got a pretty tight channel and it's curling up really good. So NVNI, I would say, is getting set up right there. So keep an eye on that one as well. XTIA, let's look at our aerospace and defense. I mentioned it earlier. And let's see, it was down 46 cents. It recently split. We know that. And let's see. Way down there, way down there. Let's see if it's going to be at that bottom down here, XTIA. And it is just kind of down here. I don't think it's ready to get popping yet, so I'll keep an eye on this because it is going to be a great opportunity. Again, I don't think it's ready for tomorrow, so we'll keep it on there for next week. And like I said, I think there's a lot of great opportunities coming up for next week. Things are starting to look crazy good. And this is just the beginning, guys. It's going to be wild, I'm telling you. So I've been saying it for a while. You guys know, you guys, people that listen for all the time, they know I've been kind of saying it's going to get crazy now. And yeah, we knew right around the New Year's or like right around the holidays it was going to start getting crazy. And it did. It pulled back a little bit there as after that Trump pop happened after the election. And then it cooled off, obviously pulled back. And now it's just getting ready to get cranking nonstop. And again, it should run for like a couple months here. So take advantage because it will pull back. I promise you. You can already tell it's going to have to top out and pull back when they do a lot of cuts and do things. But right now, he's just getting things popping and things cruising. So taking full advantage of it. Trust me. AIMD, let's look at this. This is up 6 cents, and this is cruising up there and probably should run up tomorrow. Let me look. It looks pretty good to me. It's at 76 cents. Where did this say it was? This says it's at 81. This says 76. It says 74 to 95. It's at 76. Like I said, it doesn't look bad. It looks more flat on mine than Finviz looks a little bit better. I'll go with the trend spider and say it flattened out. So I would say I would look at it, but it did look pretty nice right there. And that BFRG, the old bullfrog, wanted to hop up there. And what it do today? I know it was kind of moving around. I did look at it, And what did Bullfrog do? 255 to 274. It came down to 234. Never even saw that. And it closed at its high, 274. So another one, you catch that dip. And tomorrow should pop off even more because that 20 and 50 are meeting up really good right there. And it looks nice. It should try to get through that 275 and get cruising. So there you go with Bullfrog. And that should try to keep its momentum. That's BFRG. And again, that one we liked last night right there. Sober, SOBR. Let's see this one. Oh, that one's curling up really good. I know we've been watching this thing Sober Safe for a little while. And let's see what Sober Safe's up to. Wow, it was down 7 cents, it says. It looks good to me. Let me see. What did it run? 96 to 103. Its low is 93, and it closed at 97. So I don't know what Finviz talks about sometimes. Um, Opened at 94, got up to 101. Its low is 92, and it closed at 97. So even if it opened at 94 and closed at 97, how's it down 7 cents? I don't even know. Don't ask me. What did it close at yesterday? 104. So it's going off of yesterday's close at 104. I'm like, I don't even know. It doesn't even look right. That's why I had to go through it because it just doesn't. It looks weird. Um, that's exactly what I've been talking about. And again, I can tell immediately something's off. Obviously we do it enough, but I it just jumps out at me. I don't know. It's weird. I can just be like, what the heck's going on here? Something's not right. So yeah, SOBR looks great on my trend spider charts. It actually looks amazing at 97 cents. I would keep an eye on that bad boy for tomorrow. It looks like it wants to get cruising, guys. So I would watch that thing tomorrow. SOBR and SMMT. That is I definitely looked at it as I was doing the list. Summit Therapeutics because it was jumped up there. SMMT. Let's see. SMMT Summit Therapeutics. 2465. It was up today. It got up into the top. 2341 up to 2509, and it's at 2487. And again, it's just getting into the top. And I would watch this thing to jump tomorrow. It should get a little bit higher. So maybe it'll make a mountain and climb to the summit of the top because it looks like it wants to and it has some momentum. So I would say it's a pure momentum play up there at the top, and I would keep an eye on it. How about this ALLR? What I was looking, what the heck's the one? Laptop travel. What is the one that we always look at? I keep saying it looks like this one, and I was trying to figure it out. It's like something XTG or something ADTX. Is it? Is that it? Is that one it? Yeah, that's it. ADT. I couldn't remember when I was doing the list. That's it. ADTX. I don't know how that just came to me. Couldn't figure it out earlier. I was looking around and I was like, what the heck is that one? And here it is, ADTX. And we'll go back to ALLR. And yeah, this one actually does look like it's finally bottoming out here. So I've said that before and it pulled back, but I have a feeling it could try to curl up again, still in the basement, but it is over that MACD. We're talking about ADTX right here. And I do think it may try to curl up. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow. I'll look at it again and see if it actually does want to try to curl up there. And ALLR, this one I'm telling you, it reminded me of it. I'll tell you how long. So we started doing the show. This one back in March 25th. I wasn't doing the show back then. This got into the basement March 25th and ran into the basement. I'm not kidding, all the way till July 25th. And July 26th, it popped. And it popped really good. Like I said, it went well over 100%. And then, yeah, then it like dipped back down. And what it do? It dipped back down. It ran up like two more times, and then it just kept on pulling back here. So yeah, that was at ALLR, and like I said, we were just watching this thing like from June, July, and then it finally popped. We were looking at it forever. I just started the show, and it was one. I remember it was one of the first ones that popped up, and people were just getting into it. It was real cheap. It was a dirt cheap penny one. And yeah, it ran well over 100%. Everyone just sold it and locked in profits, and everyone's super excited. I remember, and Yeah, that the other one reminds me just of it. I mean, it's like the same setup, ADTX. If you go back and forth, it's almost the same thing. It's crazy. So that's why it reminds me of that one. And anyway, it is getting set up, it looks like. So we'll look at it tomorrow next week, and it should try to get moving eventually very soon. KOPN Cop Pin Corp. This one ran up today, but I'm not so sure it wants to continue. So let me take a look. KOPN. 199 to 219, and yeah, it came down to like 166. It's at 178. I don't think this one wants to run up anymore. At least not tomorrow anyway. So let KOPN just pull back there and we'll see what it wants to do. It is setting up to be pretty bullish. I don't know. I mean, it's trying to peek its head into the top there. I'd have to look at this in the morning. It has like so many different mixed looks. Um, yeah, I'd have to look at it, but I think it's going to try to pull back, is what I think. But I can't promise you that. Maybe look at it first thing in the morning. If it has some momentum, it could actually run like first thing in the morning, then pull back. So, we bowlers take a look at that KOPN first thing in the morning. If it's starting to if it's trying to move, it'll run up there real quick because it just poked its head in the top, so it'll run. But again, I think it'll pull itself back eventually. So just look at that one on a Friday. KOPN, PSQH, PSQ Holdings. I know we looked at this not long ago and it ran in like December or something. And it is trying to get curled up. It tried to break through that MACD, couldn't do it today, but it looks like it's going to get through now. It kind of got hit down, and it looks like it didn't really care. It's going back for round two, and it's going to bust through it tomorrow. So this one might be a good one to keep an eye on for tomorrow as well. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. PSQH. That one could get moving for you right there. And that SPX, let me see. I know I can get it on here. SPX, where is it? The S&P 500 index. Oh, why didn't it just bring it up? What the heck just happened here? Oh man, I don't even know why this did this. What is going on here? I guess I can't look at that. It just wanted me to like fill out all this information to look at the chart. That was weird. I never seen that before. I definitely looked at it before on there. Well, I'll come back to that because what the heck is going on? Cancel this thing. Jeez, Lou. Guess I ain't looking at that on here. I definitely looked at it before. It's not like it's a big deal. Wanted me to fill out all this stuff and say that I could look at it. I'm like, what? That was in the trend spider. So anyway, I'll look at that SPX, but it was running up today. I can, I know it comes up on the stock charts with no problem. SPX, right? SPX. Yeah, 500 large caps. Yeah, I was gonna say I know I can look at it with no problem. It did. It popped up today for sure. What did it open at? 6,076, and it went up to like 6,100. And yeah, it was definitely kind of cruising along there, that SPX. So does look good for the large caps. They are running up, and again, they're gonna get topped out up there eventually. Or not 6,609. I'm sorry. No, that's the SPY. Yeah, that one probably is 6,000. The SPX, it probably is up there. Yeah, it probably is. And yeah, the SPY's at 609. SPY's looking good for tomorrow, guys. That looks crazy. Went from like 605 to 609 today, so that was looking pretty good today. That's for sure. And like I said, it was more setting up towards the end of the day to get moving. So that looks good. We'll go through it. Anyway, SPX, I'll have to look at that later. SLNH. And like I said, them big caps, they're running up there. They do look good. They're going to top out sooner than later, but they are running up. This SLNH, we were looking at this not long ago, to Soluna Holdings, and this thing looks pretty good to curl up. It was running up today. It definitely ran up like 15, 14% or something. SLNH. And 205 to 245, it's at 230 right now and does look really good. This one should be a runner tomorrow as well. So keep your eye on that one to try to run up some more right there. And that BTCT that was trying to move today. I know that. I forget where. Oh, it was going up. I just don't remember how high. It was up at $1.30 right there. And this one could get cruising again, guys. And Remember, we were super early on this bad boy, and I'm telling you, this thing wants to run again. And again, another China one, computer hardware. It looks crazy good right now, guys. BTCT. Keep your eye on that bad boy. It looks really good. It does look like it wants to run. TEM, that was that Nancy Pelosi one, up some more. Looks like it's about to get into the top and run up even higher in there. So there you go for your TEM. And Nancy Pelosi is on your team. You're going to win. And so maybe we should get her involved in this ETF 500. Just tell her it's a stock, send her the wallet, and get her involved in it, and it'll go crazy. So that would be awesome, and that might be a great idea. Let's get her involved too. Her and Zach Morris team. Holy cow! The thing will go over $1 billion market cap tomorrow. So that would be hilarious. Internet laptop travel likes that. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi on your team. That would be perfect. Anyway, TEM. Shit, it's crazy. I'm telling you. She's the greatest of all time. So it's just amazing. I'm just shaking my head. Like, how the heck does that happen? But only in America. Only here. What the heck does this say? GRAL, I think I might have wrote. I don't even know what I wrote. Yeah, Grail. GRAL. This one did pop up. Wow, this one's going to be another momentum play. This one's playing the Holy Grail up here. GRAL. Yeah, can I spell? I wanted to spell Grail like actually spell it. But the company's called Grail, so there you go. It's GRAIL. And so here you are, GRAL, and it ran 2240 to 2649. It's at 2610, and looks like it does want to have a lot of momentum there. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And then that ADTX I wrote down. Let's look at our laptop travel list and cruise through them bad boys, see what's happening. You're going to have a ton of great setups over there. So let's just see what we have. ANVS, I believe it is. And yeah, that's a beautiful setup right there. It was just a little healthy pullback today. Nothing crazy right there. So just keep your eye on. It's in that channel from where it's at the 583, 512 to 583 right there is that channel. And let me know what you guys want to see. So just go ahead and post your comments if I missed anything, and we'll go through them. I'll go through this list. We'll hit the crypto real quick, and then I'll go through the comments. And of course, our big caps and everything else. So here we go. ANVS, AXDX. Let's see that one. Accelerate Diagnostics. This is about to accelerate tomorrow, guys. So take a look at AXDX because that's going to be accelerating really, really soon. And when I say soon, I would have to imagine tomorrow. I'll put a one next to it. That's how much it wants to accelerate. So I don't know if it's going to run like crazy. Could get up to that 141. And again, these things. We get like a couple 100%ers, but again, you don't need 100%ers all the time. Don't always look for them. Just look for a 15, 20% or 40% is crazy. And yeah, if this thing ran from 115 up to 140, that would be a beauty. So don't look for it to triple and quadruple every time or even double. Just look for a nice little pop, take the profits, and move them to the next one. And this one, again, it wants to accelerate. So that's AXDX, Accelerate Diagnostics, BLFY, Blue Foundry, Bancorp. Oh, this one's going up tomorrow, too. It's up 29 cents, and that's a just straight momentum play going up tomorrow. So might as well keep your eye on that one because that's another one you could play tomorrow. Definitely look at that in the morning, guys. That one's moving. Boom, BOOM. Let's see this one. Can't wait for this one to start popping so we can say boom. It is going to roll off that MACD and really go boom. DMC Global, it is setting up right there. So keep an eye on that one. And CATO is Cato Corp. Cato Corp. Yeah. Wow. What a curl up on that. It was up 7 cents. These are all looking beautiful. Let this one set up for next week, it looks like, but it is curling up really good. CLGN, Plant Biotechnologies, and this thing is getting set up. It's hitting the 20. I'll have to look at it tomorrow. It's squeezing between the 20 and the 50, and it's also hitting that MACD pretty hard. That one might be an interesting one tomorrow. I'll have to look at that one right there. CLGN, CMCL. Let's see what that's up to here. Down 9 cents. Just a little healthy pullback into that channel right there. It's not looking crazy. Has some resistance right there at 951 and some support down here at 934. It's at 939. So you're pretty safe right there. It should try to get set up. ENTA and 10 and not to pharmaceuticals or something. That's cruising tomorrow. It's up 36 cents, getting over that 20 right there. Let's see what it did in the after hours here. It's hitting the 20. It just peaked its head over. I could see it getting over that 20 tomorrow. Keep an eye on that one for some momentum. And that's ENTA because that one looks like it could have that momentum look. And let's look at GTIM. Let's look at GTIM and see what that's up to here. GTIM is Good Times Restaurants, and it's about to have some good times for sure. It's up today, but it's going to start moving for sure. You can see this one popping up. It's at 254. It's going to get to that 260 and then try to move even higher. It went 244 to 255, and like I said, it's at 254 right now. And Good Times Restaurants wants to have some more good times, so keep an eye on that for a little more momentum there. And let's take a look at Hook. We've been looking at it, and it did want to hook up here. And let's see, it was up a couple cents today. Let me look at it because I did look at Hook. And let's see, what was it doing? 199 to 207. It came down to 193 and it closed at 2, so not too bad. And like I said, this thing does want to get hooked up there. So keep your eye on Hook because that's setting up as well. So keep your eye on that bad boy. And ICMB. Let's see, ICMB here, InvestCorp Credit Management. It's an asset management. We've seen a couple of these pop off pretty good lately, and this one is getting set up. Let me see, ICMB. ICMB. Here we go. All right. It ran 305 to 308, down to 301. It closed at 305. It opened and closed. It is crawling off that MACD. Keep an eye on this one tomorrow because that one looks pretty good as well. And KTCC. Yeah, this is a solid list right here. KTCC, Keytronic Corp. Oh, this one's going to be cruising up tomorrow as well. So yeah, you have a bunch of them here, a bunch on our list. The Laptop Travels list is real solid, 405 to 422. It's at 417, and that one's going to keep its momentum right there. So keep an eye on that one. That's KTCC and MPX. Let's see what MPX is doing. This one's crazy. 722 up to 923, and that's where it closed. We have to see this. MPX, let's look at it. MPX, let's see. Marine Products Corp. Yeah, that's looking really good, guys. Keep an eye on this thing. It did bounce around quite a bit, but it looks really good to try to continue its way up. So MPX also looking good right there. And what is that? OFS, I believe. OFS Capital. Yeah, this thing was getting set up. I actually saw this one as I was making the list because I didn't know it. And it is in that channel right there, 820. It came down to 804. It's at 810. And like I said, it's right in the middle of that channel getting set up and that 20 setting it up. Next week, this is going to be taken off, and that's OFS. So we'll look at that for next week's PANL. Let's look at this one. I ain't even going to try to pronounce that name, but that one's going to roll off. This one, look at tomorrow too. PANL rolling off that MACD and getting cruising tomorrow. So that's another one getting set up right there. So keep your eye on PANL because that looks good. What is that? A setup right there. And what is that? QTTB, I think that says. Oh, yeah, there's that Q32 bio. And let's look at it. QTTB. It was down 7 cents. It's been in the basement for a while. Not incredibly long, but pretty good amount of time. Hitting that 20 right there. And let me see. I'll look at it tomorrow. It's like right there trying to get set up, trying to get out of the basement. Keep an eye on it. We'll see if it tries to do it tomorrow. Had 126,000 in volume today. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow, but it's getting to be in a better spot, so we'll see what it wants to do. SDIG, Stronghold Digital Mining. Wow, guys, look at this thing. This thing wants to pop. SDIG. Hold on right here. Oh yeah, 390 to 418. It's at 399 and it does look pretty good. It's getting set up. I don't know if it's gonna just pop tomorrow, but definitely one for next week if it doesn't. So keep an eye on that SDIG too. And SST, let's look at that one real quick. SST down 4 cents. It's crawled through and it's just in that channel right there. We'll have to see it bounce around it and see what System 1 Inc. wants to do. Let me see in the after hours here. And yeah, in that channel, just like pulling, I'll look at it tomorrow, but it's probably just going to run that channel right there, 82 to 91, and it could bounce up and down a little higher and lower than that, like it did today. So we'll keep an eye on SST and IREN. Take a look at this one because this is curling up and looking good right here, guys. This IREN, another capital market. Like I said, capital markets were looking good, and this thing is too. IREN. Let's see if it went there. It is. And yeah, it's looking super good. It came off that 20, got over to 50. It's curling up and it has a lot of room. So I would keep an eye on that one for sure because that is looking good right there. And that is your laptop travel list right there. So there you go with laptop travel. We'll look at Jolie's jams, but so many good ones right there on that laptop travel list. And so yeah, keep your eye on that ENTA and that ICMB and what else? KTCC, MPX, and PANL. So many good ones at IREN and AXDX was looking great and BLFY Boom was looking good to set up. So a ton of great ones right there for sure. And let's take a look at Agrify, see if that's trying to set back up. It's been dipping down more than we thought. Wow, it took a real good dip here, so that's going to pull back even more. It's down $1.13 at $21. So let that bad boy pull back, unfortunately, for Agrify. And then Blink came pulling back even more. That one was trying to set up. Now it's going to finally hit that bottom. So watch out for Blink right there, and we'll see what that wants to do and we'll see what's happening there. Let me take a look and see. Blink, and then what else do we have? Sezzle, SEZL. And that's actually curling up really good, guys. Sezzle looks really good right there. SEZL. So take a look at it. It's expensive. They don't even have options on it. I already looked. It was up 922 and it wants to get cruising. 238 today. And what it do? 230 to 238 and it's at 238.73. So keep an eye on that bad boy because that looks really good right there. That's good old Sezzle, SEZL. And our Rivian, let's see, down 20 cents. That's pulling back. That had run up before. Sterling was running up. It was down today. And I don't know, it's hitting the top. I think it might have been some healthy pullback. We'll look at it tomorrow. STRL and Symbotic is SYM. And that is Symbotic. It was up 21 cents. And this thing looks like it wants to try to curl up a little higher and maybe get up into the top. So keep an eye on that. That is SYM. And there you go with your Joe Lee's jams right there. And here we go. I'll take a quick look at crypto real fast. Let me see. I'll reload the CoinGecko page and see what Bitcoin says. 103. Ethereum's at 3,297. Ripple's at 308. Solana's at 250. Doge is at 34 and a half. Cardano's at 97 right there. So there you go. Let's look at some charts and see what they're up to. And then I'll take a look and see what you guys want to see. And then we'll go through everything else that we did not cover. So here we go. Let me hop on here and see what our crypto looks like. And like I said, Bitcoin is at 103. So that is accurate there. Let me look at the chart and see what it wants to do because that's what we care about. Let's see. It did have that little bit of pullback look. That 50's underneath of it. Let me see these guys curling down a hair. Little bit of pullback. I'll keep my eye on it. It doesn't look terrible. It's coming back down to the MACD, but it doesn't look like it necessarily wants to come through. It's still over it, so I'll keep an eye on it and see what it wants to do right there. Ethereum's at 3,293. And let's see. It's still in that channel. Like I said, that 50's over, curling down, and it's just making a nice base. It could push it down, but it doesn't appear that it really wants to. So I think they're making bases and going to try to run up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on them. Ripple at 307, it says. And let's see, because that one is way over to 50. It's pulling back a little bit, but not looking bad. That 50's coming up for it. So I mean, it would really have to dip down hard, like under 280 to come down to it. So I don't know. I don't think it's doing that at 307. So I think that's safe. Solana's at 249, 250, right around there. And right here, it looks like it just a little bit of pullback, like I said, and it's way up there. It was in the 70, pulled back, and these things do. They go in the 70, they pull out, and then they crawl down to the MACD and jump back up. So it almost looks like it wants to do that. Your 50's crawling up to it, and yeah, I can't imagine that really dipping real hard right there. Solana, SOL, and Cardano's at 97 right here, and it is. That one's just again that 50's right over it, curling down. Could push it down, but I think it's got a nice base, and it's just a matter of time, a couple days that Cardano gets back over to 50 and tries to start moving back up. So that's what it looks like to me. We'll see if it does want to push it down and it wants to dip. Doge is at 34 and a half, and let's see what it wants to do here. Just a little pullback there. I'm trying to see if it crossed through. It did cross through coming down. Oh, excuse me. We'll see how much it wants to pull back right there. So we'll see about Doge. And I don't think it wants to pull back a whole lot. Maybe it comes down a couple more cents right there and gets set back up. So we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. And let's see what else. Chainlink's at 25. Shiba's down. And that one's been looking kind of bad. Let's look at Bonk. I don't know what the heck they did. They like changed the thing whenever I type them in. I need to like find the USD. They have like every single one on here. It's crazy. Bonk is way down too. Let's look at it. And that 50 is over. And again, this one is squeezed between the 50 to 200 under it. The 50 could push it down, but I think it's got a nice base, and then Bonk's going to get set up and be bonkers again. So I think it's just a matter of time for these bad boys to really get running hardcore, is what it looks like. So just let them get set up right there. And let's look at that WIF real quick and see what it's doing. If I can even find it. There it is at 137, way down there. And yeah, this thing just keeps pulling back. So that's down there. And like I say, glad Laptop Travel's wife got out of that bad boy, because that was looking great and then looks terrible. It's amazing. There are so many good ones that look great. And then all of a sudden the Trump coin came out and the entire thing changed to meme coins and everything's changing and it's wild. So you got to be on your toes and be ready to pivot at any moment and just be ready to rock and roll. Because that's exactly what happened right there. And yeah, I mean, you would thought Doge was going to fly. I mean, there were certain coins that people were really hopped up on, and they really kind of, as soon as that Trump coin came out, I think other ones lost momentum. And these meme ones are going nutty. Like I said, they're crazy. So, that's what you're seeing at the moment. And obviously, we'll be on it. Let me cruise through, see what you guys want to look at. And then we will certainly look at the big cappers and stuff. So, Holo, we did look at this one, John Wong, and it is setting up. I said next week it'll probably be really good right there. So, we'll look at Holo. Wimi, WIMI, that's a hologram company too. And this one's just pulling back a little bit. Another one of China holograms, just like Holo. That one looks like it might be trying to get set up. It's not ready yet, but I think it's going to start to get set up. So I'll look at that tomorrow for sure. And the Antelope, AEHL, Antelope Enterprises. And this thing is just kind of sit. Oh, that one looks good. I know we looked at it yesterday because I remember saying it. It is sitting right there on the 20. Let me pull it up in the after hours to see what it did. AEHL, and it is just kind of pulled back onto that MACD line. I could see it rolling off of there. I could also see it trying to dip, but not really. I think it's going to roll up a little bit. We'll have to look at it in the morning there, John Wong, and see what AEHL wants to do. It does not look terrible, though. It looks like it could be crawling off of that MACD. MLGO, I completely missed that one. That one is going to be bottoming out. Another one of them China small cap ones that we've looked at a lot. And yeah, that one's nice dip today, 166 to 144. It's at 149. I'll look at that tomorrow. Again, I'll try to make a nice little list of some of these China small cappers just like these. And we'll take a look at them. That Beyond BYON, I was talking about this yesterday on that small cap show. They were asking, this chart is looking good. It looked like it wants to get up to that 781. Where'd it get to? 730 today. And it's getting up to that top, and I honestly think it's going to get set up and run up there. BYON. It is looking good to me. So we were talking about it yesterday, and it got up to that 790. It said 706 to 790, and its low is 681. It's at 707. Looks good on mine. Looks much better than the Finviz, but it still looks good on that. So yeah, Beyond looks good right there. So there you go, John Wong. How about that BTCT? Isn't that, didn't we do that guy? The BTC Digital. Yeah, that one's, I'm telling you, that thing's about to fly up there, Luis Rodriguez. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And then BB is BlackBerry. And this one actually looks like it might try to run into the top. This one, like I was saying, I know we looked at it a while back. I was like, BlackBerry's still in business. It's amazing. Like I said, I think they just run off patents at this point. But it is curled through. It does look like it wants to start running back up there. Licho something for BlackBerry. Just be careful because at 426, it has some good resistance, and your 20 is right below it at like 398, right below where it's at, and it is kind of curled down. It's up there. It's one I probably wouldn't play with just because it's sitting at that top. I would make sure it got into the top and then played it as a momentum play if I was going to play BlackBerry like that. Licho something. So that's what I see with that one right there. And so I can keep an eye on it tomorrow. We can look at it for you. Hoth, let's look at that. That recently ran up. HOTH. Um, it's curled through trying. I don't believe it's going to try to really pop up there. Let me see on here. It will have to make a big curl tomorrow. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it has to get set up first. Well, I'll look at that tomorrow. Like I said, it would have to like almost have news come out tomorrow for it to pop up like that. So that's just what it looks like tessering. And I'm not saying it's not setting up. I just don't think you're getting that bounce tomorrow. So just wait and see if it does pull back into this 127 area. You're at that 140, 147 area. So yeah, just look and see if it pulls back any, and that way you don't chase it all the way up there. No problem. Let's show something. You got it. And which one does the cyber secure? BlackBerry does cybersecurity now. That's what they're up to, huh? Well, then, yeah, that one's going to probably be, like I said, it's right there at that top. I think there's a lot of better options and opportunities. I would have to make sure it curled through, got into the top if I was going to play with that BlackBerry. Just right now, it could just get set up completely, but I didn't realize they still do cybersecurity, so that's good. And yeah. It does say January 15, BlackBerry reports 600,000 cyber attacks on critical infrastructure. That's pretty crazy, huh? There you go. So yeah, they could be a pretty big player right now, don't you think? And infrastructure, they are a Canadian company. I didn't even realize that. So there you go with BlackBerry. Let's see, Hoth we looked at. Let's go down here and see XLM. I can look at that. Isn't that's stellar, isn't it? XLM USD. And that should be right here. And it just pulled back. It's at what, 42 cents. And it is hitting that 50 right there. It does have a little bit of a pullback look, to be honest, which is stellar XLM. Again, a lot of these coins that like this one. Just a ton of them that you thought that people thought were going to be real good runners before the Trump got in, and then all of a sudden the meme coin started popping, and now he's starting to talk about specific ones and different things. Yeah, you got to be careful with like spreading around to make sure that they're really going to be what he's talking about because there's so many different ones, and just try to get that best opportunity, I believe, because yeah, Stellar looks like it could be pulling back at the moment. I'll look at it tomorrow for sure. It's right on that 50 at that 42 cents, and the 20's above it at 44, and it just has that pullback look. You don't want it coming under the 50 a whole lot. So I'll look at that, Zach, in the morning for you and see how I look. Keep looking at it. I have it on my watch list, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Yang is disappointing. Let's see, Norbert. Let's see what that Norbert, let's look at the Yang. We haven't looked at the Yin and the Yang. They were hard to tell what the heck was going on, but the Yang is getting set up right now. I can tell you that. It just has some good pullback right there. Let me look at the Yin real quick and see what that's doing. The Yin is the bull, and honestly, actually, the Yang was setting up. They both, I'm telling you, they look so crazy. They both look like they want to run. It's wild. I don't even understand it. They looked like that before, and they haven't really stopped. They've just been jumping around. And yeah, we played them in the very beginning. They were a little easy. You knew the Yang was going to run that one time. It was so set up. It looked great. And it almost looks like the Yang is super set up right now to try to run, to be honest with you. So I'll have to keep an eye. I'll look at them tomorrow and see. It did cross through going down, but it looks like it's setting up. Just a crazy look on both of them. So that we can look at. Let's see BTCE and look at that one. BTCE right here. BTCE. Oh, what am I doing here? What does it say? BTCE? I don't even see that. Is that a crypto one? BTCE. Yeah, I only get crypto unless that's what you're talking about. USD. Let's see. I don't even see that. Yeah, I don't know which one that is. Luis Rodriguez. And then an E though. I know that one, Nano Nuclear. That one was running up today. NNE. And let's see, NNE. Let's see, Nano Nuclear. Yeah, it was running up. What'd it go? It went up pretty good, 35.26 to 46.52. So that one got moving. It closed at 43.10. So that one does look pretty good, and it's just poking its head into the top. So NNE could get running tomorrow morning. So keep an eye on that. I'm not sure what the BTC is. Let me know if that was a typo, Luis Rodriguez. And also the Lion, LICN, and the Lion. Let's look at them bad boys, Scott. LICN is that Lichen. Remember, I was talking about this thing getting set up. I bet it gets set up for next week. This Lichen China one. We should keep an eye on this thing because it has so much room if it comes out of the basement. And these China ones, if they get popping, this will heat it up right there. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that one, LICN. It's not really ready to do anything at the moment, but I will keep an eye on it. LGHL, the good old line, was down a penny. It's just pulling back at the moment right now. LGHL. It ran 15 to 18 and down to 14. That's where it's at. We can look at the other cats real quick. JAGX, that was down today. I did see that one down a little bit. Almost looks like it could be like a bottom, but I'm not exactly sure. CTNT, let's see, CTNT, and that's the cheetah. And that one's just pulling back right there, getting set up, but not ready yet. And our cat. That one's pulling back, and I didn't think this one wanted to run. And we were talking about this on that show yesterday, that small cap show. I wasn't convinced this one looked good either, our cat. So they were all saying the same thing. We all agreed on that. But yeah, that was our cat, and that one's down. So we did the lion, the cheetah, the jaguar, and our cat. So there you go with them bad boys. And let's see what else is going on over here. B Hat hasn't voted on a reverse split yet. Nah, I don't. Like I said, if they try to reverse split it at this point, they should all go to jail. That would be insane if they try to do that. So we'll have to keep your ears open for that, Scott, and let us know. Keep us in the loop there because I don't look at the news. You guys know that, but I would be shocked if they do it. NIVF. Let's look at that one real quick. NIVF. That was down a hair, but it's sitting in a really good spot. I could see this trying to get curled up next week. NIVF. It doesn't look like it wants to do it tomorrow, unless it just pops tomorrow, but it doesn't have that look. But I could see that one trying to get set up right there, W. And then I'll look at the ETF 500 for you guys and tell you. Let's see what else is here. Think I got everything there and there and there. Cool, cool, cool. And let's see over here. Let me just take a quick look and see what else is going on real fast. Let me see real fast here. Let me look and see if laptop travel. I still can't see anything that he writes me, so I'm just gonna look and see what he wrote here. Um, and see what's going on with laptop travel. He wrote the Viking. Oh yeah, that Viking call option idea 65. August 15th, 2025 expiration is cheap. I'm telling you, I loaded up on that Viking. I told you guys that yesterday, and it was up almost $1 today. And I'm telling you, if this thing gets over that 36.25 area tomorrow, it's going to be popping up. I mean, it looks great. You can see that bottom was the other day at 30.56, and it's going to hit that resistance at $36 area, but it pushes through that, and it's going to get cruising, guys. So that's VKTX, the Viking Therapeutics. It got beat down, and that's what you look for. Just them opportunities right there are all you need, and you load up on the one and let it run up. It doesn't have to get that crazy, and it'll still make a bunch of money, I promise you. And then you just get out of it and then move on to the next one, and you're good to go. So that's going to be a great thing right there. And yeah, we're going to have to look and see what stocks are going to soar from the rebuilding in California. Trump's supposed to visit there. So, or he's visiting what, Carolinas first, and then he's going over there. So that we should definitely look at. And there you go with that. And then we looked at the IREN, and let's see. And I think we got everything right there. So I just wanted to check it out. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there, but let's happen with Clove. Let's see, CLOV. Let's take a quick look at CLOV here. Good old Clover Hell. Oh wow, this one ran up pretty big, huh? It's up in the top. I mean, I would be careful after it ran up like that today, to be honest with you. Who asked Kyle? Yeah, I'd be careful with that. I mean, if you're in it, I'd be looking to get in profits. That's for sure. Could it run higher? It could. It's stuck in the top there, but everyone knows I like them down here. We would have jumped in that at like 376, ran it up there, and this is a beautiful spot to lock them in. So that's the way I look at them, Kyle. And yeah, it could run up higher, but again, and I say this all the time. I make this example. You watch these things and you sell it, and it goes up higher, and you're like, God damn it, I should have kept that thing. It's going higher, and then all of a sudden, the big dog that had the most sells out. You don't know when it's going to be. He decides to take his profits, and this thing comes down really fast, and then like like an hour later, it's lower than what you just sold it at. And then all of a sudden you went from, I knew I should have kept it, to, thank God I just got rid of that thing. And then you just watch it keep dipping harder and harder. And you're like, oh man, that was the best call I ever made. So believe me, your emotions can jump around like that. Just keep them under control and just lock in profits each time, and don't worry about it. If it goes higher, it goes higher. It's not the end of the world. You catch the next one. So just don't beat yourself up. Keep a clear mindset, and just keep on rolling. So that's how I look at them. You guys know that, and yeah, just trade one at a time is your best bet. Lock them in, and boom. So yeah, I think Clover, if you were in that at the beginning, that's a nice hit. I wouldn't be chasing it up there. Maybe in the morning at 4 a.m. if it's popping up as a quick scalp, but that's about it for that one, Kyle. So that's that one right there. That's good old Clover, but it did run up really, really nice. Um, so there you go. Let's take a look at our SPY. We did look at it. It was way up today. It was up $3 to 609. And let's take a, it looks like it wants to hit that top tomorrow, and I'm sure it will. Apple was down just a hair, but it's starting to set back up again. I think you're in a great situation, a great position and opportunity for Apple. We can just let it curl back up or wait until next week, I'm betting. So it's going to be a great opportunity right there. Amazon, this one was up a hair, and again, it was looking really good. It does look like it wants to try to run up a little bit more. We'll look at it in the morning, obviously. Google was down again. Remember, I said I wasn't sure it was going to cross through right there. It never crossed through. So that's exactly what it did and pulled back. And it's exactly what the chart told us it was going to do. So I didn't make anything up. I just told you what it looked like. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, I don't think Google's going to cross through. It looks like it's going to hit it and pull back. It's probably not going to be a whole lot, but it's just not going to cross through tomorrow. Boom, there you go. It did exactly that, and still don't think it's going to pull back that hard. It just wasn't ready for the momentum yet, so just let it get set up for next week. It's not the end of the world, but I just didn't want people jumping in it because it did have that curl look like it wanted to run, but it wasn't ready. And Zuck, I'm telling you, is insane, right? He's up 12.95 today to 6.36. I'm telling you, something crazy's going on. Um, so yeah, besides him checking out Lauren Sanchez's boobs, his company's also getting crazy here. So he's got it all going on right now. Good old Meta. And so yeah, that's way up right there. And MSFT, Microsoft, that's cruising up as well. We kind of knew that was going to go up, and it looks pretty solid for tomorrow. They all look really, I mean, I would be amazed if tomorrow isn't like almost neon green from what this looks like. The video went a little flat, but still looks like it has some good momentum right here. I would imagine that I mean, that 20 and 50 are meeting up to pop it. I could see the video popping up tomorrow and hitting that 153 resistance. That would be a beauty. I'll definitely be cashing in my options off of there. I'll tell you that right now. It would be a great one. Tesla. TSLA pulling back a hair, and it does look like it's pulling back a little bit. Let it come down maybe into the 390s. It's at like 411 right now, and then it's going to be obviously a great one. So just let Tesla pull back. I mean, it's been running like crazy, so it just has to set back up and get cruising again. No big deal. AMC, it was up 2 cents and it's trying to crawl up again finally. So we'll see about this. It actually doesn't look bad. It's starting to get set up down here. Good old GameStop looked much better today. And that good old Chewy was up 80 cents. I told you guys, this thing's about to crawl up into the top and get popping. And I had loaded up on these things. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I just knew something was happening here. I kept telling you guys. And I generally don't go with these mid cap or $38 ones, but I just couldn't resist because it just looked way too good. So I had to get involved. Had to grab a bunch of them just to see what was going to happen, and it looks great. I know they're up, so that's all I care. And I don't know what they're doing. Netflix is up $30 again and trying to. It's in the top. It's probably going to get up back over to 1,000 tomorrow. Is what it looks like for Netflix. NFLX and AVGO. Let's look at some semiconductors. That one pulled back a little bit, but it is setting up. I have a feeling it's going to get popping back up there. Nothing crazy wrong with it. MU was down a little bit, but just coming down a little support right here at a 102 area it might hit, and then we'll look at it, and that's MU. And let's see what that TSM, that was up a little bit. Yeah, it went up to 224. It's like cruising through its all-time highs, and it looks like it wants to continue to run up there, TSM. And let's see SMCI because this one's starting to set up, even though it was down a little bit. It still doesn't look bad. It had that healthy pullback look. So keep your eye on this SMCI as well. It's starting to look pretty good. So I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. And AMD, this one was down 70 cents. Let it pull back a little bit. I have a feeling you're going to get a better price at like 118, 117. It's at 122. And that one's setting up really good, guys. USA Semiconductor Company, AMD. Keep an eye on it, fellas and ladies, because it's looking really, really good to set up. And like I said, just let it pull back. It's going to come from like these 120s and shoot to like 140, 150. Watch. So just keep your eye on that one. You know, we'll be watching it, and I'll let you guys know. And that QCOM, that's been up, and I told you it was wanted to run. It's going up, and it's probably going to run up into that top tomorrow and really blast off. So That was QCOM, and INTC. That was down, but this is another one that's going to be moving. You can see it's setting up, and another USA semiconductor company. So we'll keep our eye on that because it's looking good. And PayPal's just pulling back to set up, so that shouldn't be too bad. And Snow, that has been going up. It hit the top and pulled back. It might be just healthy pullback for it to keep going up there into the top. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Dell had pulled back. I thought this was going to be trying to move better today. I mean, it didn't pull back, but it was I thought it was going to be running up a little bit higher. It went 113 to 114, then it pulled back to 111 and it closed at 114.22. So it did close up there, curled through going up. It does look much better in the after hours, to be honest. So Dell is looking much better right now. So that is good. And PLTR, that's up 211. And honestly, this company just keeps cruising, guys. So it probably is going to run some much higher, it looks like. And Sophie, that one wants to run even higher too. It's at 1803. It's like just keeps going to its highs and going higher. So that's why I said before you did not want to short them. Could you imagine if you tried to get caught up in that? They would have crushed you. So that's why you played that smart and stayed away. And Mara, here you go. We're getting curled up, looking good on Mara. And Riot was down a hair, but it was setting up. And I'm telling you, Riot's looking good too. So um, keep an eye on them. RIOT and good old Mara is looking really good now. That's actually starting to curl up into that channel, Mara MARA. And MicroStrategy, it was up, it was down, it was all over the place today. Let me tell you what it ran from because I saw it going crazy. 369 it opened at. It got up to 390. It came back to 367, where that's where its low was. And then it closed at 375. So it does look like it's setting up to get booming tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes popping off tomorrow. So keep your eye on good old MicroStrategy. I think it's setting up right there, and good old CLSK is looking much better. That's curling up as well. So that's looking good. And Coinbase was up a hair, and that one wants to get cruising again, it looks like. And good old DJT is down, but guess what, guys? It's going to get set up. Just let it sit back down here for a few as it gets set up. It may take a week or two, and then it's going to get rocking and rolling. So something up with that bad boy too. And fun. Let's see PHUN, and that thing's getting set up next week. So we'll keep an eye on fun. MTN, this one keeps pulling back here, so hopefully it will catch it at this bottom down here at 164. It's at 168. Maybe it'll bounce back up. Maybe it'll catch the lift back up for the mountain. And that's at Val Resorts just dipping down right there. And let's look at McDonald's. MCD was up $3 and it's curling up. McDonald's finally looks good, guys. So keep an eye on it. It's taking forever. But now that Trump's in the White House, he likes McDonald's. It's going up. Boeing, another one, just curling up. It just constantly goes up, looking good right there. And space, let's see what that's up to. It is just sitting there flat. It wasn't doing a whole lot today. It honestly looks like it's trying to set up finally. So keep an eye on this space. It looks like it closed and it opened and closed at the same price, and it is getting set up finally. SPCE, it's taken forever. IBM. That was up 278, and that's curling up and going to get cruising up into the 230s. It's at 226 right now. And let's see what Disney's doing. It was up oh, Disney's looking great, guys. Well, check out Disney. I guess a lot of people are heading to on vacation now that Trump's in because Disney looks great right there. And good old Oxy, that was up 14 cents. And again, it was pulling back to set back up, is what I think. Same with ExxonMobil, that was up, and I think that's about to get popping again. So keep your eye on them too. And Nike's been looking good. It was up a little bit more, and it's getting ready to pop up there. And DXYZ is that Destiny Tech, and it was just kind of crawled up, hitting that MACD line. Didn't cross through, but it's getting ready. So keep your eye on that. So there you go with that. And let's look at IBB. iShares Biotech ETF, and that's getting cruising. So biotech's definitely looking good right there. That's for sure. So yeah, that thing's going to run up even higher and higher. That 20 is going to squeeze it and push it up to like 145 plus. It's at 138. I do like that, Luis Rodriguez right there. And we looked at everything else right there. Let me see what's on the scanner and everything else. Let me take a look here. Most active right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that HEPA. I meant to write that down. I'm glad that that popped up here. Good old HEPA here. Let's see that one. Meant to write that down earlier and I didn't. So let's look at it because it did take a nice dip yesterday. I remember we were looking at it and I said, take a look at that thing for a bounce. I'm not sure if it wants to, but look at it in the morning. It bounced it decent, 19 to 31, and it pulled back there. It's in the bottom. So let me look and see what it did in the after hours here. That's at HEPA. And we saw it yesterday, and yeah, and today it went 1732. It's at 20. I don't know. Now I can't really tell. Um, it does look like it wants to try to get bouncing, but it doesn't look like it really wants to get out of the basement yet. So it might stay down in this basement and just like make a base, but not really dip any lower, and then try to set up. Is what it looks like at the moment. I'll look at it tomorrow morning. And again, it did dip down hard yesterday. We saw it, and then it had that look like it could bounce up. It had a nice little bounce. SES, take a look at this. SESIA Corp Auto Parts. This one wants to get curled up right here and looks really good. What it do today? 86 to 150. It's at 117 and looks great, guys. So keep an eye on that SES. That looks really good right there. And let's see what else is grabbing my. That TNXP is still setting up too, huh? Yeah, it ran up some more today. Keep an eye on that. That thing looks good as well. TNXP, we were just looking at it. Ran up the other day. And RIME, Vince, VNCE, that RGTI, NITO. This thing's looking good too. That was trying to pop up today, and it still looks good. So watch this thing for tomorrow. NITO, that N2 off. We were definitely looking at that for a while, and it's trying to curl back up right there. Let's take a look and see what else. What else? What else? What else? Let me go to the next page. That was 12. KOPN's up there. ACON. Clue. CLEU. I told you that thing wants to pop up. Lucid might try to get set back up. It pulled back pretty good. And that plug, remember we were talking about this yesterday? It was up 6 cents, and I think it's bottoming out and trying to get plugged up to go up some more. MSTU. Ford's going to get set up. It's not ready yet, but it is going to get set up right there. And let me see what else is here. INTC, SOUN. Boom, boom, boom. CDT, that's down there. BBD, that's down there. And we don't like them guys. Usual. Let's see what else is going on over here on the volume side. Let me get the charts. The HEPA events. A lot of times it's the same thing. Sometimes you'll catch a different one. Like this icon. This one could be an icon tomorrow. Icon Energy. Watch for that bounce. ICON. Icon Energy. It's marine shipping and Greece. And that took a nice dip, 77 cents today. I don't know what the heck happened there, but it definitely could have a nice bounce tomorrow. Today, Icon Energy announces pricing of upsized $12 million offering. So keep an eye on this bad boy. There's your offering. That's why, again, we already discussed why we don't like these small ones much anymore. They're just out of control with these offerings and reverse splits and just all this nonsense. That Lakeshore Holdings or Lakeside Holdings looking good. LSH. It's trying to get curled up there. I'll look at that tomorrow, but we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's see if there's anything else. IXHL. This one, isn't this a Australia? I always think this is a, Chinese company. It's a Australian drug manufacturer, but it's getting set up. It's way down here, and it actually doesn't look bad. I know we've looked at it before. It ran up today 205 to 278 and then came down to 164. So we'll have to see. It did run up there and then pull back. We'll have to see what it wants to do. QNRX, big dip there. And let's see, CHSN, a nice dip on that too. Chanson International. And let's see what else. I think that's it right there. I think we covered it all. And we got the market, the big caps, the SPY, and all them, the Mag 7, crypto, everything else. Let me see. Let me see what's going on for stock twits real quick. And then I think we pretty much got everything. Let me just take a quick look over here and see what's happening with our stock twits. It's XCN coin. I'm not familiar with that. And Toshi coin, Sophie, DWTX. Which one's that? DWTX. Let me look at it. DWTX. Here we go. Dogwood. Oh, this one ran up today. I did see this. DWTX went nutty today. It went up like 300% or something crazy. Over 300, it says. DWTX. It went from 267 to 2928, and it's at 1460 something. So, yeah, that one went nutty, and I would watch it tomorrow. It's still on the top. It could run around early. So keep your eye on that, guys, for the early morning. And actually, even all day tomorrow, we'll look at that one. DWTX. Let me write it down. DWTX. We'll keep an eye on it. What else is there? ALUR. Well, let me type it in right. ALUR. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's looking really good too, guys. Keep an eye on that ALUR. That's curling up right there. Let me see in the after hours right here. Let's see. Oh yeah, it ran 303 up to 777. It don't show it here. Oh, it does show 634. But it did get up to 777, and it is hitting that line. It looks like it wants to cruise through. So keep your eye on that bad boy. The SPY is trending here, and it looks like it's actually down 65 cents overnight, but I don't think that's a big deal, to be honest with you. And TWLO, I don't know what that is, do we? Twilio, I don't even know that one, but that's way up there. It looks like it's going to curl up and run up higher. That could be a good momentum play right there. A couple other coins I don't really know. RKLB is Rocket Lab, and this thing just keeps rocketing up, guys. It's going to blast off some more, and I wish we had gotten into it because we looked at it down here in the fives. It's in the 30s right now. That would have been a good long-termer right there. And EBS, Emergent Biosolutions. This one looks like it's going to have good momentum tomorrow. So there's a couple good momentum plays right there and ones to look at. And so there you go with them bad boys. That's what's on Stock Twits. And let's see what our news stories are real quick. BOG raises short-term interest rates to 0.5% in widely expected move. Asian shares rise on Trump comments about tariffs. Stocks are pricey, but these are overlooked sectors. Maybe your best bet. And the Dow rises more than 400 points, and S&P 500 hits new record highs. Stock futures inch lower, but major averages on track for second positive week in a row. So there you go with our news stories and everything else. So yeah, I think we covered it all right there, I'd have to say. And just seeing if there's any more messages over here. I don't see anything. I think we got it all. So yeah, we'll be ready for our pre-market tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. You know that. We'll be going over our Jolie's jumpers, our Jolie's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns. And of course, our SPY, big caps, crypto, everything that wants to be popping and looking good on a Friday. So there you go for our market recap for tonight. Greatly appreciate everybody hanging out and sending in all kinds of good stock tickers. I'm telling you, our watch list is crazy, guys. It's amazing. You don't have to really do a whole lot of research. You just listen to the show, have a piece of paper and a pen with you, write down, listen to what I'm saying, and write down the couple that you like, and then just follow them and nail them. Trade them smart, and you're in. And that's all you really need to do. Oh, I never looked at the W ETF 500. Let me I have to pull it up on my phone because the Dex screener doesn't want to come up on the computer for whatever reason. I have no idea. But here we go. Holy cow. The market cap's already over. It's at 11.5 million. It was at like 9 when I came on. It was up to 10 earlier, and now it's at 11.5 million, guys. He's not kidding. This thing's going to be cruising. Let me pull up the chart. And the chart looked great, and yeah, it's just cruising. It's up over a penny right now. It was under a penny when we got on the show, and so there you go. The thing's moving, guys. The chart looks insane, and it should keep running up higher than it's high, and then it's going to obviously have a little bit of pullback as it has to stair step up. But this thing wants to run, guys. So I have to say it looks pretty wild to me. I can't complain. And yeah, I know my coin just keeps going up the account. It's wild, I'm telling you. So if you got in, I bet you're really happy because it just keeps going up. And if you did not go in, I talked to a few people today. Like I said, if anyone's stuck or has questions, shoot me a message on X, Twitter, on here, and I'll get back to you. I answer everybody. And if I don't, shoot me a second message. If I don't respond, definitely send me a second message. And if I don't answer a comment or something that you post, I probably didn't see it. So yeah, definitely you're not bothering me. Shoot me a message. I'll definitely get back to you and get you in the right path. So I definitely talked to a bunch of people today that were interested in it. I made a little video because I did the screenshots off my phone, circled what you have to do to be able to transfer your soul into your Phantom wallet. And then I did it on an app on that whatever, CapCut or something, I think it is. And then it wouldn't load up to Twitter. It just kept going into the draft. So I guess the format's wrong. So after this, right now, I'm going to go on and just edit it together on my computer real quick. It'll take me a couple minutes. And then I'll post that real fast. And then you'll see how to actually, it's a piece of cake to be able to transfer the your soul into your Phantom wallet, and then it's really easy to be able to swap your Phantom or in your Phantom wallet. It's real easy to swap your soul for your ETF 500. And if you're doing it, just make sure you copy and paste that address that I posted out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hit me up and I'll definitely send it over to you. I forget what it's. I'll tell you what it starts with. So it's actually on the thing, but I have it right here as well. I'll tell you. It starts with like CWX and it ends with PUMP, pump. So that's the address that you want to be. There's a couple different ETF 500s that are scammers, actually, obviously. So you definitely want to get into the right one that we're all getting into that Zach Morris owns. So if you're a little confused about that, like I said, just hit me up and I will be more than happy to help you out. And so there you go with that. And like I said, I'll try to put that video together for you guys and I'll upload the other ones from the shows so that you guys can check them out on the YouTube. And there you go. I would say that's a pretty good show. And thanks again, Laptop Travel. We got to figure out why I can't see any of your messages. It's crazy. I can see everybody else's, but Laptop Travels, and he sends me everything I want to see. Not that you guys don't, but he hooks me up during the show with all kinds of good info. And so yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So thank you, Laptop Travel, MS, J Kratz, O'Hare's Bastard Child, Luis Rodriguez. Who is that? Paranormal Ape Sabrina Beckley or something. That's an interesting name. Doge Mama 9, Bong Pri Chan, and Serial. I said it this morning. Serial winners on there, and Mary. And this one's Die Pack, I believe. DI something. Let me see. What is that? I can't, it's so hard to read. DIIP, I think. I'm not sure. I probably butchered your name. My apologies. Not me. And Steven's on there. Tesserine, Nico, Alicia, Kyle, Patrick, other people were on. Greatly appreciate everybody. Like I say, I love hanging out each night and morning. It's a lot of fun. We go through the market and we are going to crush this thing. I know the listeners that have been hanging out for a little longer, they know we just call it just the way we see it, and we now every popper, everything that's popping. And like I said in the beginning, you don't even want to try to trade all these. There's no reason to. There's so many great opportunities. Just pick the ones that work for you the best, and just trade that one at a time, maybe two, and nail them, and then just move on to the next one. Don't try to hit the tops on them. It's not worth it. Just lock in profits and move on to the next one. They go higher. They go higher. Don't worry about it, and that's all you have to do. And I'm telling you, compound it, and that your accounts will just start cruising. And instead of trying to play games, because I trust me, I played games for long enough, and I know what works and what doesn't. And I try to lead you guys down the right path, obviously. And so yeah, that's what you really want to focus on. And then you heard Zach say it the other day when he was on the show. We did the show. He straight up said B Hat and Rhyme were going to be his last two penny stocks that he was looking at. And he told you his strategies for what he does for options and stuff. He straight up told you exactly what he did. And yeah, he does that. And he's super focused on this ETF 500 project. And with his following and stuff, again, a coin's a coin, but with a following and people buying it, thing just went over 11 million market cap. It wasn't, it, Laptop Travel, what was it, 3 or 4 million the other day? It was literally like 3.4 or 4.3 million. We were just looking at it about 3 days ago, and right before we all started talking about getting into it. So yeah, it just went from that to 11. And he said once it hit 10 million, it was going to start moving, and it just went up to 11. And yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He did it with the Zach coin. He did it with the Fart coin. Clearly, I mean that thing's insane. And this is his project. He loves it, and that's why I believe in it. And I told you guys, there's nothing great about it besides Zach Morris's big following, and he's a cool dude. We had him on the show. We asked him all the questions we wanted to know, and he said he's not pulling the rug. You get into these other coins, you just have no idea. He told us straight up. He's like, I don't pull the rug, and it makes sense. I mean, he has a huge following. He's amassed. Well, if he pulled the rug, he'd lose his following. But not only that, he doesn't need to make all that money at the top again. He understands that everybody can make money and he can just keep on making money. You don't need to make. That's why when I say how much money do you need to make, that's what I mean. You don't need to try to pull the rug on people. You can just, if you have that much, you just keep it cruising. You know what I mean? And clearly, he hasn't been selling the Farcoin. He must own the most because he said was buying the supply up when it was down at nothing, and the thing's at like over 1.5 billion. So I can't even imagine how much he has in that thing. So yeah, I mean, clearly he's not pulling the rug. He doesn't need to at this point, and so that's where that coin is. And again, it just keep every time I go on there, do my face recognition for Phantom, and I look in there, the thing's up even higher. I'm like, this thing's crazy. So here we go at ETF 500. We'll see what happens. The chart looks crazy good, I'll tell you that. And yeah, I know I have a bunch of friends that got involved. I've talked to about 4 or 5 people today, and they all wanted to buy into it. So it's definitely people are listening to the show clearly, and I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out and checking it out. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. And like I told you, and he said, people that got in the Farcoin at these levels are literally millionaires. And you could see how it happens. You see how many coins you're buying, and if this thing goes from under a penny, it just hit a penny, and it goes to $1.30 or $1.40 like Farcoin, you're a millionaire. So $1,000 could do it for you. It's that crazy. So I'm telling you, this dude's probably made more millionaires than all the colleges and universities on the East Coast combined. I go into his Discord, and it's insane, guys. These kids are trading crypto like maniacs and making a fortune. So it's a lot going on. And I was saying it before it was going to happen, and it's happening, and it happened quick, and it's not going to stop. So we are going to get on board, and I will honestly start looking at these meme coins and letting you know because, like I said, I saw one yesterday. It ran like 43,000%, like in 48 hours or something ridiculous. These things are nuts. That $1,000 in that year just changed your life overnight. So I'm telling you, these kids are doing it. So people are becoming millionaires overnight, like it's no big deal in crypto. And we want to be in there too because I want to see you guys making. I know that Trump coin made a couple listeners millionaires. I got some really good messages. So I want us all to just keep on riding that wave and just keep on cruising because it's a lot of fun. I love it, and I enjoy it for sure. And I want everybody to make money. It's a lot of fun. That's how Zach looks at it too. It's a lot of fun when everyone's making money. I don't need to make all the money in the world. I'm doing fine. I live a blessed life, and like I say, I don't even want a fancy car. So it's not like I want any of that shit anyway. So you only need so much money in life to be happy, I think. And so yeah, it's just the way it is. And some people understand it, and then some people want to pull the rug and screw people. And that's why we asked exactly every question we needed to find out. And I thought he was really cool, and he seemed very honest about it all and told us the whole story about everything. So I was pretty confident, and you see, I was buying it, and I might even buy some more. So I will make that video so you guys can see how to transfer some Soul into your Phantom wallet. And any questions, like I said, just give me a shout, hit me up, DM me or whatever, and we'll definitely get it figured out there. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great night. We'll be back at 7 a.m. for a Good Friday pre-market show. See how we'll end the week. Get some poppers in here, and yeah, I'll look at crypto and see if we can find the next big pop in meme coin. And honestly, they could just be cracking and rolling on Friday night. So I'll be looking at stuff. So if you see me tweeting things, definitely keep your ears open. And that's why you do want this Phantom wallet. And just for that opportunity, you just never know when one of these things is going to pop in like them Trump coins did that day and completely change your life overnight. So you definitely want to be prepared. This is what I was talking about a couple months ago, being ready for this stuff to happen because you don't want to be late. And you can see exactly what I was saying. It would get crazy fast. Well, here you go. It's crazy fast, and we're going to keep it going. So there you go, everybody. Have a great night. And where did I buy it? So, and this is the easiest way, guys. I tried for 2 days. So with the ETF 500, I tried to go through the Coinbase. I have Coinbase. I made the wallet. It was like jumping through hoops. I think I would have had to do it through the Bonk bot, and I know Laptop Travel knows how to do that. And I honestly just couldn't even figure it out. I know Laptop Travel would have walked me right through it, but I was like, man, it's got to be easier than this. So I was just sitting there, and then I asked Zach, I said, what is the easiest way to do this? And he said, the easiest and best way is just download that Phantom wallet, and it'll be easy. Just send Soul to it and convert it. And I said, all right, let me do that. And I downloaded the Phantom wallet, and I'll be honest with you, it literally took 3 minutes to set it up. I couldn't believe it might have been the easiest thing I ever set up in my life because when you have to download something, you're like, oh, I got to do this now, and then it's like 50 questions that you don't feel like filling out and writing shit down for. Well, it really wasn't that bad. You will have to write down your security code. That's important. The 12 words they give you, and then you do like a little number code, whatever you want, like a passcode or whatever. But it's all basically facial recognition every time you hop on there, so that's perfect. And yeah, you just use the that Phantom wallet and literally has every single meme coin in there. It's crazy and it's really, really simple to use. So you can easily convert. Although my buddy told me, Fabian told me that, what was it? Weeble. I don't think you can transfer Solana. Or, yeah, I don't think you could transfer Solana over in Weeble. I'm almost positive that's what he said. I'll have to ask him again. And I was talking to him today, and now he's going to set up a Coinbase. But yeah, I know he had a problem with, I believe it was Webull sending over crypto to it. So again, Coinbase, piece of cake. I'm pretty sure Robinhood will probably be pretty easy, but for whatever reason, I think it was Webull. I'll double check with him, and he might even be listening. And what's up, dude? And yeah, so I'll double check and find out if it was Webull. So if you have Webull and you're trying to do it and you're having a problem, you might not be able to do it on that one. But like I said, Coinbase, it was a piece of cake. I made a video. Like I said, I'll post it up, the screenshot. It's a couple steps. It's so easy, and once you see it once, you can easily do it every time by yourself. And then, like I said, swapping the coins is even easier. So it's a very simple process, and I found that with crypto the entire time, it's very intimidating. I always say it. You're like, oh man, I want to get into this, but how the hell do you even do this stuff? It seems like it's crazy. It seems like you're going down like you're in a black market somewhere, and like you're doing something illegal. That's what you always feel like, and it's not obviously, but it's just something weird. It's new, it's different, and it's weird. And yeah, yes, Weeble pay is terrible. Yeah, so Fabian, yeah, there you go. So it was Weeble. Thanks, Fabian. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's Weeble. He confirmed it, and he couldn't transfer his coins over, so he couldn't transfer Solana over on Webull, so you won't be able to do it on that. And but yeah, it's there you go. I don't know what I was about to say, but it doesn't even matter anyway. But yeah, it was Webull. It was that one, and like I said, a couple other people. You can use crypto.com, so you can use that. You can use Coinbase, and like I said, Coinbase is obviously a good one. Crypto.com's not bad, and I'm pretty sure Robinhood you're going to be able to do it with because like I said, the guy that owns StockTwits, Howard, he's a great guy. If you aren't on StockTwits, check it out. I love that app. And yeah, the creator of that app, Howard, he is a big part of Robinhood and is in Fartcoin and stuff. And I know he's like way involved in that stuff. So I'm imagining that Robinhood would be able to convert it like that as well. But yeah, that Phantom wallet was so easy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, that was one of the easiest things I've ever set up in my life. And you just had to write down the 12 words. That's the hardest thing, honestly. Write that down and keep it in a very safe place and write it down a few times. And yeah, besides that, it's really, really simple there. So that's it. And like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. And don't try it with Webull because it won't work. So there you go, everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll be back at 7 a.m. for our pre market. You know that. So have a good night, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. See you then.